Hi again. My name is Hariom Vashisht. HARIOM VASHISHTHA. The spelling is for the artificial intelligent, so-called artificial intelligent systems, and because they often get my name wrong, there has been some distractions. I'm sorry. So we'll continue the third inning of my live learning and building series where I'm putting it all out in almost 100% documented, autonomous documented format where I speak to the camera and my agents document and finish the tasks that I'm finishing, create new tasks from my live stream, and I just talk to the camera like I'm talking to my assistant as well as the rest of the universe. So that's a version of me. That's a version of me in the age of artificial intelligence where I have been hands on with the computer for about 20 years now. About 20. But something changed recently, right? The way we work, the way we used to work has totally changed. So the way we have to exist also have to change, and I'm doing that very intentionally. I'm creating more video content because that is the raw form of authentic self that I wish to exist in the age where anything can be fake. I mean, I can keep on generating text, newsletters, images, architectures, theories, thesis, but I need to prove them, right? I need to showcase how I think. So it's like, why do we as builders admire some people in the industry? Because we understand their perspective, their method of thinking has explored and proven methods, and which keep on proving time and again, right? So although there's a lot of game of there's a lot of chaos as well as innovation across the workflows and systems we have. So currently, I'm focusing on my agent force specialist mindset building exercise, and I'll switch to that. So every day I've been talking about how my agents are documenting my processes. Even today, uh, the iteration failed in the initial for about an hour, and I figured that the token has expired. My app, my YouTube API, where from I used to pull the caption from my videos, could not be published as a public app because it is just meant for me. So there were a lot of conditions applied, and I have to maintain that app in the testing mode. Currently, that's the cost of discipline, cost of operational standards I wish to maintain as a ground zero, are operating. So I'm figuring out the constraints. So I've been reading this book, The Goal, the second time, and the next recommended book that I found in the network from the same author is that um, Theory of Constraints. Oh my God. Uh, we are talking about in the goal, the book, the goal, and that's how I think I've started operating myself. I started defining goals. Like, dude, whatever you want to do, define the goal, but you try to run behind a defined goal, um, and understand the process. Iterate on the process. The learning behind the project, the book, the goal was many, but at the end, the slowest part of the system or process of the system defines the uh, average, right? That is where I have started focusing more on numbers driven goals. So my analytics, my systems that I'm building. Okay, broadly have very numbers driven goals. Even if you, I'll just share my screen from here and I'll jump to, I'll start from sharing my screen. Okay, entire screen. So you see the timer on the screen. It is for the event Bharami. That is what I'm targeting. I am planning to, I'm expecting to meet the industry folks where it is just about 17 days my journey of learning and building is coming on live streams. So if you ask me why I'm doing it, that's the, I'm like basically building the top of the funnel. Mm. So about talking about funnel, I just designed a funnel today, and V4 here it is. This is a, oh, this is a oh, come on, yeah. If we look at it from the big picture, oh no, let's reset. Okay, so this is the big picture. On the top of the funnel, there is a there are a few blocks, right? If you see that, who it is for and why me. Uh, there are multiple elements of the same top of the funnel. This live stream, that's the one part which says third inning. There's LinkedIn, there's the platform X, the blog, which I'm doing very rarely right now. Uh, the system integrators outreach, that's my, so these are all the live. So basically I'm operating like a consultant freelancer, and I have to operate like a system of incoming and outgoing opportunities. So this is my incoming opportunity system. Okay. So there's a top of the funnel. I'll scroll down. There's middle of the funnel where there's portfolio, there's archive, open source humans. It's a interview series. It's a part of the funnel. And there's a tear down where there's a proposal where I'm offering a 5 days tear down to the ideal customers, and I have missed my certification. So this is basically the middle of the funnel. And bottom of the funnel, there's a collaboration between me and the ideal customer profile about the targeted goal. That's my targeted goal, and I'm still believing in it. So I'm kind of over optimistic person to work with. Okay, so I'll jump to the agenda, the specifics, the knowledge base, right? So prompt engineering is something that I've been replaying, retesting, re-exploring, learning about. Yesterday I started with AI agents, and on I'll start from trailhead. No, status. Where is that agent blazer? Yes. So I have some badges. I'll start from champion is done. Okay, wait. The screen is not yet there. I think it will show me slowly loading. So the community is like is very much um attractive to the pragmatic builders like me. Everything is documented. Everything is like there. It's a documentation first system. Whatever I want to do, there's a document for that. Oh my god. So yesterday I started expanding into a few of these things. Yes, I think I started with the previous step. Just to grab. cram from where I have picked up. So agent behavior is something I think I need to pick up. And if I like look at the syllabus, right, it says this is the part: components and benefits of hybrid reasoning. So it is talking about the components in the planning. It was talking about. Okay, I mean, I also purchased a course from Coursera. I think no, not the right name. Wait a second. I may not be able to recall that edtech website. Yeah, Udemy. I have a course from Mr. Mike Wheeler. Uh, so that's how I prepared for my first attempt on 31st of December 2025. Okay, so I'll jump into behavior is something. Do we have the syllabus talking about behavior? Behavior, right? So deterministic behavior of the agent using mechanisms like filter, variable, template, expressions. Do we talk about filters here? I'm sure it will. So let's explore something that I've not done. Oh wait, there was another page here, right? Within agent planning. Uh, let's get to the first one. Okay. Explore agent behavior and conversation design. So I'll pick up one, get to the depth of it step by step. Oh, what is that? Didn't I hit this button itself like just a moment ago? Okay. This is not right. I want to start with the previous step. I keep on switching between the lanes, and this is kind of a not ideal method for content, at least in the case when uh, I'm trying to do it in a way to be helpful to someone new in the industry. So if there's a friend who's trying to, my Udemy account didn't log in, but never mind. Um, oh wait, the screen is not shared ideally. I want to do it this way. Okay. So I keep on optimizing, iterating on my systems, my methods. So when I ran my pipeline, my automated documentation pipeline just before the session, almost things worked. It said I did not work. Okay. I did not work towards my goal. So it said the score is weak, dude. Okay, why is it saying so weak score? Like 1 by 10. Oh my god. Okay, so if I read this, it says discipline framework, systems framework. Why the score is so low? YouTube description updation failed due to auth again. I'm like hating this part of the automation. Uh, why does it say the score is low? Okay, I don't know. It says I have not booked my session yet. I mean, I don't. There's no sponsor. How do I book it? And I don't want to do it alone. Although I'm still preparing for my certification, but the point is a bigger point. What I'm trying to make is that I need someone to put their trust in me. I need someone to collaborate with. It's like I'm looking for an opportunity, right? So rather than going to someone with my resume and the portfolio and everything I have, I'm putting myself out with a new perspective that, dude, rather than you hiring me, you invest in me, and I'm here. In this way, the way I operate is right there in hundreds of live stream videos where you can explore my methodologies, my experimentation, my methods, and my aspirations. So that's me again. So I'll shut this page. I'll try to see if this workflow needs more iterations. I'm not focusing much on that right now. Okay, although I still spend about an hour every day to manage my workflow. It's like sharpening my axe. It's important for a fight to have to always keep on upgrading my tools. So these are the tools, right? Okay, let's continue from there, and we'll full screen and we'll spend about half an hour while learning. Just a quick verification on phone to see if it's working as expected. Ouch. Okay. It doesn't tell me if there are more viewers, right? Anyway, so just dude, yeah. Continue. Agentforce, a quick refresher. We followed that through yesterday. Components of agent planning. And because yesterday I was also showcasing my agent I have built, so all these components came into picture when I was building that agent. So it's like I need to understand the use case definition very carefully to be able to build an agent meaningful for the use case, right? I need to define the user experience. The weather has caught me. Oh my god. So it says data and technical requirements, data risk and guardrails. In my case, the agent is for the learning purpose only, so I didn't have to care much about the risks and legal and a lot of other things. Be strategic about the UI agents. So strategy basically means like we need to start with the low hanging fruits, as we used to say in the age before artificial intelligence, like when we had to build software, like writing each word manually. We had to try to shoot for the low hanging fruits. Today everything is like building is easy. We still need to figure out what will we build, and we will why will we build what we build, right? So uh, along with that, there's a methodology that I wanted to share. Is that uh, MVP? MVP is supposed to be a um, usable product as well, right? So minimal viable basically also means that it should be usable for meaningful for someone, at least we are trying to target. So it can be as simple as summarizing an email, but it has to be useful to someone, right? So we start with something like if I get to work with a Salesforce client um, today, I will start with understanding the use case for maybe quite some long time, right? I will spend time with their structure and the operations to see where, like, what could be there on blind spots, and that's where I'm supposed to be attacking in a way that enables them at scale. So the strategy, you know, the leadership talks about some goals we need to meet. That's important to define the direction we want to work in. So when we have a use case for an agent. We I think I'll have to shut session today quickly. There are some things that we should be looking for, like what makes a AI use case autonomous. Uh, I'm following through the documentation and the trailhead, like step by step, very carefully, in more ways that the day I'm more confident about, yeah, what I understand, I will start moving on faster. Today I'm supposed to be building this agent on my account, right? And it's about midnight, so I'm almost sleepy as well. So I've been trying to do these sessions early morning since a long time, and it keeps on pushing by the day end. But I don't stop. I persist. I continue the journey. Discipline is all that matters, right? So the thing of discipline shows, moves the graph upwards, but discipline is required to maintain and grow. Negligible is on a daily basis, but on the large horizon, we often see the difference looking back what we have achieved. So it says we need to see if the agent is worth. Can you describe the work AI agent is going to do? Do you fully understand the business process? Understanding the business process is the most important part, because without that, anyone builds an agent, it's not going to be worth it. Decision making, does the work involve decisions and steps that can be completed without a human input? A human input today is like bottleneck. I am a bottleneck. My agents are facing risk and data. Okay. Define the use case, and there are some things: work or job to be done and task. So if it is all about general FAQ, the related things could be okay, inquiries related to amenities, travel package, experiences, activities, dining, transport, loyalty program, anything, right? General FAQs. Reservation management is about actual business operation, business logic relation. So we are connecting with the getting things done on a management basis. So it's like looking up, resend, book, and modify, add, special request. So all these things can be taken care of with the help of agents, but it lies in a specific category, as we say, research. Reservation management, experience management. Okay, there's a thin line between two things. I would say it's a combination of multiple activities and the reservation, right? Loyalty program, sign up a new member for the loyalty program. Okay. So determine the scope of the agent. So it's like if I'm building an agent, I need to define what it should not do as well. My agent on my website. Three mistakes of my life taught him. It's a it's more of a very clear thing that it only okay, the pages are not loading. Can I Google it as well? Three mistakes of my life dot 10. Oh, page just loaded, and the Google also. What did I just do? I don't know. Did I hit the Google search? Okay, this page is loading. This is my parallel business experiment, which I have like paused, almost paused. This is my agent. This is it is based on the foundation of Agentforce, and it only describes the project, which is ba- which is lying on the as a foundation of this agent, right? The discipline program. So it's very carefully designed for doing something and not doing. It's not meant for. So scope is very crisp requirement for building an agent. Let's skim through all of it. What is that? Evaluate data readiness. My agent, the agent I just showed on screen, is not the best version of agent that should be. So I only fed the PDF files, which I thought when I built it was like should be enough. But I later learned and realized that when chunking happens, it needs to have a right information at least in one chunk. Otherwise, the information is scared, and it is AI, so-called AI, doesn't is not able to connect the dots. We humans are supposed to connect the dots. AI will enable us, will help us, but we need to connect the dots, taking action, taking ownership of the things we are dealing with. Where this unknown super intelligence is making decisions for us, like a sentient, like a part of me. So yeah, building an agent is a very disciplined exercise that not everyone can do. By the way, I have also instructed my documentation engine to pick up the best quotes, best one minute sessions from this whole at least half an hour session every day. So I started it yesterday. Today's Notion page is built. I think I can oh try to showcase what it processed in my recent publication. So my yesterday's live stream has been, which can be allowing me to. It's an old machine. I need to upgrade this. My systems are not often connected. I wish I could live stream on LinkedIn and YouTube at the same. Okay, same time. This page is still loading. Point is, I need a lot of external investment, or should say sponsorship, not investment. During investment, I would be rather saying someone gets a share of the outcome I'm building from the thing, but there's no thing about that. I'm only talking about sponsorship. Sure. So, so these are the pages that have been built by my agents. The most recent page comes down to the bottom. My 23 is on the bottom. Today is 23, right? Two pages are built. One was I can see it. I'm expecting. When was this page built? I don't know. Uh, there are two pages. Version history tells me what. It was done at 11:2 a.m. Okay. Something happened this morning that, oh, yeah, this was done without the script from YouTube video. I think it was done with the help of VID, the plugin, VID IQ, right? Which was not acceptable to me. Something got done, but I didn't expect it to. Discipline can be referred as teachable skill rather than innate personality trait. What is that I'm talking about? Okay. It also, yeah, this is what I wanted to showcase. So it also tells me that which part of the video could be a good short clip that can be published. Let me look at the second page. It's important to judge the outcome actually review the outcome built tree. Oh my god. Running. I didn't expect these many pages in this. Every time the outcome is different. Okay. Straight. Artificial intelligence is difficult to be relied upon, but behind it, carefully testing, like test driven development. If I'm making 10 changes in one iteration, things go down the drain. Okay. So testing data readiness, evaluating data readiness is what I was talking about. So I ideally, to upgrade my existing agent, I would need to redesign the data FAQs based on the recommendation system by the Salesforce ecosystem as well, and how the industry standards work for designing a document to be fed to the RAG systems, right, for answering questions like FAQs. Okay. Okay. Assess and prioritize the use case. I was only working on one use case. So my agents are currently not logging the tickets. It's kind of a skill that I need to learn, I know. And I'm not been able to really focus on learning towards the certification, which is the also the least part of my uh, area of interest, because I wish to do that as a byproduct of learning to build with the industry reliably at scale, rather than focusing on the learning for the MCQs. I hate it. So prioritize the use case and build. It's easy. What is it? Why is it a good idea to start the with the limited scope of your autonomous AI agent? Let's retake. I think it was the clear answer without reading. Where work involves very defined rules, constraints alone. What are these factors contribute to successful autonomous AI agent? These are all stupid options. Large quality of data. Work involves high stakes decisions. Okay, this is the question I wanted to read with options. With options, when I know that there will be options, I don't actually need to remember the kind of the options. Why is it a good idea to start with the middle scope? So if I had to answer that question without even looking at the options, I'm like, I have to be a real thinker. I really need to know what I will choose, what I will say. But when I know there will be options, I feel like a fake winner. It eliminates the need for any testing. That is stupid. It makes the AI more sophisticated and complex for very beginning. Stupid. All AI use cases should have a limited scope. This is stupid. It helps validating your assumptions, demonstrate value, manage and level of risk, and plan for scale. Okay. Next trail is, I think, already open. Oh, so my see my machine keeps on killing the pages, and they need to relaunch. Da-da-da. Just before this session as well, I wanted to make, like, I was trying to create a LinkedIn post which crashed somehow, but that's all. So what do we have? The next item. So this is the real learning part. I could spend hours and days reading through to pick up something more in the ecosystem. It says evolution of conversation design. I have a huge thesis behind this topic, conversation. So wouldn't be going into tangent. To understand where we are going, let's look at where we've been. The journey from simple if-then logic to autonomous reasoning has fundamentally changed the relationship between humans and machines. Yeah, that's a very clear way of putting it out. As a result, designers face a wide range of new evolving challenges that come with the architecting intent for systems that can reason and act autonomously. Rather than scripting every response, designers now focus on shaping an agent's reasoning logic and personality, which broadens the scope of what designers have to know. So it's like broadly experience. We are designing an experience in the form of course, the reasoning and personality. Personality is, I mean, Claude Code has a personality. ChatGPT has a personality. Uh, some people who work with the details or depth of everything the so-called artificial intelligence can do understand the personality of the artificial intelligence or so-called artificial intelligence behind the screen. I don't really feel it very clearly, but there is something like ghostly difference between ChatGPT and other every other element. Gemini is more of a friendly, just want to start with like chatting. Claude is getting smarter. ChatGPT is like a everyday. It dumbs down to our knowledge. They're all designed to dumb down to our scale of knowledge rather than pushing us to, dude, you're not even thinking straight. It doesn't do that, although we can prompt it to do that. So while this is a major shift, it's a part of a longer running trend towards digital assistant. Okay. So there are a lot of things inside this. Is it worth like reading all this for preparing for the certification? Okay, I mean, I could be reading all the documents for days and nights, but at the end of the day, it has to be about the certification. So, in my recent sessions, I've been asking Claude to ask me questions about these topics. Also, I started with feeding in the where is my page I wanted to showcase about the yeah the guide, right, certification guide. So we'll follow it. They will let the page load. Okay. So in the past, four-way contract, new design canvas, user intent. Okay. Behavior design. So these are the probably the parts that are important for the MCQ based assessment certification. That's what we are talking about. The design shift. It's a time to move from what button did you they click to what outcome is the user trying to achieve. So every input message, every message the audience, the ideal customer types in the input box where they are chatting with an agent, they are trying to meet a specific goal. And that's what we are. We as designers need to understand like the word needs to. So also we don't need to um, think of the depth of everything like imagine the worst case scenario, but the input message is set of words. The AI can inference and verify also. So it's like it has to be a test driven development, right? Performance metrics, how accurately does the agent decode human language? That's what. So if I say ask an agent like dude, help me refresh. Hey, what should the agent do? It's like, yeah, buddy, if I'm a human, if someone tells me what would I do, I would say I will try to understand. Do tell me more how you want to refresh? Are you trying to refresh your account? Are you trying to say that how to prepare for the hot water bath? Whatever is that you're looking for. So context. Um, and that's where the performance metrics is coming into the picture. How accurately does the agent decode human language in subtext to identify the true goal? And that is where the design of the user agent behavior is coming into the picture. The specs, the mission control, the design shift, the performance metric. Okay, for every element, there is a performance metric. Okay. For user intent, there's a design shift. For the specs, there's a design shift. For the data, there's a design shift. Okay. So let's start with first one again as a summary. User intent. Earlier it used to be a button. We had to understand what button they clicked. But today we are talking about the accuracy of decoding the human language. Okay. And that's the metric, but that's how we will get to know. The second part is the mission control. It says that your design workspace is now the system prompt. Okay, yeah. System prompt is basically the firmware of the hardware we are building. Hey, it's not really hardware, but yeah, that's about the depth of the things we are doing. So we need to design how the system will operate in the form of a system prompt. Once upon a time, I wrote custom GPT. I don't know. It had 20-30 pages. Before I designed it, I tried to say that yeah, no, this is the basic version of the GPT I need. I called it $1 million consistency partner. I think I still have it. The chat GPT. Okay, I'll just load it after this during this few minutes later. So in the specs, your design workspace is system prompt. You define the persona, the tone, and the boundary, setting rules. It's important to define the boundaries. So my $1 million consistency partner, which I believe I am a version of, which is like I am trying to I'm putting myself as a $1 million consistency partner. That's where my funnels and my designs and my schemes are coming into picture. This is my $1 million consistency system. You know, uh, do you even understand what we are trying to build? Great. If you do not understand the funnel, you might not be ready to work with me. In a hindsight, that's the message. So this is the platform I am optimizing as a top of the funnel. Okay, coming back. Yeah, so the agent I was the custom GPT with the where is my custom GPT? $1 million consistency partner. There are some things that don't work like, oh, where are the GPTs? I have it. I have it. My GPT, my GPT, my GPT, my GPT. Oh, scary, no? So this is my custom GPT, $1 million consistency partner. There's also uh, GitHub version of this thing. There's a Herbis version of this agent as well, and that's where it's formalizing into the new era. Like, let's see if I'm able to templatize this thing for someone useful, someone who actually need it and would feel like, yeah, I have $1 million consistency partner now. Okay, so let me shut other pages. So performance metric for the specs, the tone, the persona, and everything else is that. Does the agent stay on brand, follow complete policy, even when the conversation gets complex? Is that a performance metric? Wow. The data, the source of truth, the design shift. The designers now curate the knowledge base for an agent to be useful. It must be grounded in real time CRM data or documentation. Performance metric is okay. Agent, if it has to be, if it has to be grounded in data, it should be talking factual, high utility answers, or rather than making up the answers. So no hallucinations. That's the expectation, but of course we often failed to build the right guardrails. The last thing, the cognitive engine. Oh my god, I need to take a break now. The understanding how LLMs function is crucial for today's agentic experience. Understanding how LLMs function, understanding how LLMs function is crucial for today's agentic experience. Of course, designers must know the reasoning limit of the model, which is like 250,000 tokens as a context window, which although the brands, the builders, the labs are saying the context window is 1 million tokens, but gradually the performance degrades after about 250,000 tokens, and we all know that. I mean, we have seen that. It's not maybe it's not an agreed upon fact across the industry, but yeah, the context need to be short, and that's where we need to feed the right information. Does the agent have the reasoning power to solve the user's problem without escalating the human too early? Yesterday, also, one of the agent which I was running lost out of the context window. I was like, it had to restart the whole process to, and burned a lot of useless tokens. So there's a lot inside this behavior part. I think I will read it before the session tomorrow, and let me try to read one question from here. Which of these is a key limitation of rule-based scripted interaction systems? Key limitation: rule-based scripted. Rely on language models? No. They can only function when human capital is available? No. Require autonomous agents to select the appropriate tools? And no. They follow a great predefined path? Yes. Reach a dead end when the user were weed off? When they say users, right, it hurts a part of me somewhere. Which of these is an example of intent failure? Okay. An agent hallucinates a resort package option that doesn't exist. Is that an intent failure? Cancel an order and is offered information on cancellation policies instead. Wow, this is a trick question, maybe. It says wants to cancel an order, and the agent offered cancellation policies. Isn't it necessary, like very right attempt to do this? Respond after a user expresses negative sentiment. Intent failure. Oh my god. The agents violates company policy in order to encourage positive sentiment. I think I must read it. Intent failure. The other is when an agent technically follows his instructions but still doesn't solve the user's problem. Do I know the answer now? Technically, it's right, but no solution. So it says agent hallucinates. No, that's not the right technical answer. Wants to cancel, and maybe this B option is right. The agent refuses to respond. No. Violates company policy. No. Ouch. I'm right. That this is what I don't really like about the MCQs. I can guess and win, and without still like improving my confidence about the outcome I'm planning to do work on. So that's all for today. That's a quick learning session today. Tomorrow we'll be going through design trusted behavior. How we will design a trusted behavior, and then we will do some trailhead more exercises, and we'll get some friends across somehow to uh, empower me, help me learn. In a way, I wish to like basically find friends and find opportunities, create opportunities for everyone. Right? So yeah, that's all for today. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.